Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another unconventional video here on the channel. We're playing GeoGuessr today, or I should say, a couple weeks ago we played GeoGuessr. What I've done is challenged 3 other fellow YouTubers, Cookie, Jake Lyons, and GeoPeter, to a friendly battle of trying to figure out the secret theme that I put in this challenge link you see here. You've probably seen something like this before. It's 5 locations, there's a secret theme, and whoever guesses the theme first wins. And this challenge link is in the description of this video so you can play it as well. I would really encourage you to try and play along with it. The theme should become more and more apparent as you play, and in the last round the theme is going to be really handy in order to figure out exactly where you are. And if you're new here or you're not aware, I actually have a whole host of map challenges like this and videos to go along with them. There's a playlist up in this corner, or in the description if you want to watch those or try them out for yourself. But this is the first time that I share my side of the story. And you know me, I like a good pinpointing challenge. So what I've tried to do with all the 5 locations in this challenge is try to find some pinpointable places, but in regions that you might not know a lot about. So what I'm hoping is these 3 GeoGuessr pros will be thrown a little off by being placed, in a photosphere, but then through looking around, seeing names of places, outlines of lakes and stuff like that, they'll eventually be able to figure out exactly where they are. That's what I hope, at least. I'm really hoping these are possible, and I'm really hoping that everybody's going to have a good time. Well, I did. As I said, it's been a little while since we did this recording. In fact, let's go straight to the recording right now and see what the people thought of the first round.
Do you all have the challenge link open?
Yep.
All right. I will let you all play the first round then, and we will see you all back here when you're done. Good luck.
Good to be deafened here.
Good luck, everyone.
Yes, just
Good
deafen.
luck.
So that was Cookie, Peter, and Jake, setting out on their mission to figure out what the secret theme might be. The first location they're going to be in is going to be a very northern town in Norway, in Lofoten. I don't think they'll get the theme in the first round. They shouldn't. But I wonder what their guesses might be. I've got a few things written down, like we're always by a body of water, we're always like in a remote part of the country, or probably we're always in a single letter town name.
So you might be wondering, Hamfrags, what is the theme? I'm not going to tell you quite yet, but I will warn you it is going to become apparent pretty soon. I will, though, let you have a look at the place we were in. This place right here, before the tunnel and right next to the lake, is exactly where I placed the 3 players. Right here in the northern part of Norway. I always really like to try and find photospheres rather than Google coverage, because official coverage has all sorts of information in them that is not diegetic. Like in Nigeria, you'll always see a police car following the Google car. That's not really indicative of Nigeria in the same way that it's indicative of Google coverage from Nigeria. So I always really like photospheres because they're way harder to kind of find patterns in. You gotta recognize stuff like the flag, which is admittedly quite easy, but also stuff like the mountains and the architecture. So there are a number of ways you could take this, a number of themes, at least I think so, that could fit this. I've written down a couple of them, but I wasn't able to guess all the things that people would think was a theme. Let's have a look at what people thought.
It's actually a tough wait. I have no idea how long this will take them. Hello.
Hello.
Just a moment. Welcome, one and all. I hope you made I hope you had some good thoughts now as for what the theme might be. I know it's only the first round, so chances are probably low that you'll get it, but who knows? We will start with, let's say, Jake, and everyone else deafens while we have a little talk as to what your theme's guesses might be.
I think the best thing that I can think of right now is that all the town names are a single letter, but I don't know. I feel like there aren't that many of those in the world, but it's still probably possible to make
It's a good guess. It's a
like that.
nice observation.
Everything else is a little kind of too far-fetched, so I think that's what I'll go with for now.
Okay, that's fine. So keeping your thought process to yourself for now, I could tell you that your guess is on my little bingo cards of guesses that you might make. So I can cross that out.
Okay.
But it's not the correct guess. It's not the correct theme. At least it's not the one I've got on my card. Between the two of us, have you got a good guess as to what the theme might be? It is only the first round, but still, you might have one.
Well, I'll pick up a few things, like it was cloudy, we had a flag, so I remember the colors of the flag. I saw there was some water, there was a tunnel, it was a photosphere. So yeah, I guess the theme could be maybe every round is a photosphere.
I'm thinking whether maybe I could make that a theme in the future, but I just so really like to use photospheres anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think, with me, I don't know. But no, that's not the theme. Good guess.
Okay, my guess will be maybe a theme could be a location with boats in it.
See, I've made myself a little bingo card of things you might guess. That is not on there. So, great guess. But
Thank you.
it's not, I mean, you could probably tell it's not the right one.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
I can reveal to you all that 0 of you have guessed the theme so far. So,
Sounds about right.
with that out of the way, yeah, good luck with round 2. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, so step 1 of my devious plan has come to fruition. Nobody guessed what the theme was after the first round. From now on is when the theme should start to become gradually more and more apparent. My heart is pounding right now because something might go wrong. But so far, smooth sailing. I'm just going to get some water real quick, actually.
Okay, so while I'm getting some water, I guess I'll discuss this location just a little bit more. It's a rather empty photosphere from the middle of a park, but we do have a couple things hinting as to where we might be. We've got a river, large river. We've got a large 3-dimensional name of what you could assume to be the town. It is the town. And lastly, big hint, 3 blue and white flags. And these flags don't all look the same, which is something I hadn't even noticed that when I was making the map. It's hard to put yourself in the mindset of the people playing, thinking, wait a second, this is both the Guatemala and the Argentina flag right next to each other. Where am I?
What is this flag? Oh, wait, what is this flag?
Is that the Guatemala flag? Maybe this is an Argentina flag, but that flag also seems to be the same as that, maybe?
On the topic of me perhaps being out of tune with my players here, have a look at this line that Jake said at the last round.
If it is all single-letter town names, I feel like that's a hard map to make because I feel like there's not many of those in the world.
Yeah, it is true that if I'm both going to try and put a secret theme in the map and have all the locations be pinpointable, then it would be much easier if I didn't pick a really restrictive theme like that. Now, obviously, one-letter place names is not a theme, but this is something I hadn't even thought of at that point. Just the fact that the players didn't know the lengths I was willing to go in order to make a map like this. Because I will say, finding these pinpointable locations in the very specific places that also fit the theme, it wasn't all that easy. Although there are other secret theme maps where it's been harder. Okay, so this is your last chance if you want to play this map yourself and not be spoiled of the theme. This here was, of course, the big hint that was supposed to get people to the town. But also, it's the hint that I was hoping may get people to guess what the theme could be. Before we move on, have a quick look at this, just for 5 seconds. Do you see what the theme might be? Alright, that's enough of that. Back to me in the past wearing a blue shirt, where I'm about to ask the players what they think the theme is after round 2. And some of the answers surprised me.
Let's see. Jake, we started with you last. Let's do reverse order and start with Peter. Should be about the same, or going to work the same as last time.
I think my guess would be that maybe all of these locations are on an island. That would be my guess.
Actually, great observation. I didn't even think of that. It's not the theme, though. But you're right. It's on an island in the middle of that river, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm not guessing, right? But I was just saying what I have. But like one of them is that it's just flags, and the other one is that every flag will have a blue color.
Okay. Now we're getting meta. Like that's the type of weird thought process that I encourage. I'll give you a treat. Don't tell this to the other people, right? But none of those are correct. You get 2 guesses for the price of 1. Let's all meet up though. Oh shoot, Jake.
Oh, okay. I was
no,
thinking that
I
he
forgot.
guessed it and you were going to tell us.
No.
Yeah, no, I still need to
I
make a
forgot.
guess.
Okay, Peter and Cookie, deafen up.
My guess is that the town names are palindromes. We had a round in O, which is one letter, so obviously it reads the same forwards and backwards. And then Neoken, I noticed when I looked at the town name that it also does the same.
Well, wow. First of all, great pronunciation of O. Second of all, what a cool word you know there, palindrome. And third of all, yeah, you got it. That's the theme.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Good thing we didn't skip you.
Thank you. Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
Aha.
Yeah, just congratulations. From now on, you can just focus on trying to get 5K on the locations. Hopefully at the end you'll get 25K.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's still a very fun theme. I hope I didn't mess it up by guessing it so early. But
You didn't.
I kind of just noticed, and I was like, oh my god, this works so well. So
yeah, no, I'm glad. Last time you saw the video with geography challenges and Harrier, nobody got it until the end of the game. So I'm actually elated that somebody got it.
That's right, Jake guessed on round 2 already that the theme was palindromes. And just so we're clear what palindromes are, they are words or phrases or proper nouns that read the same forwards and backwards. So if you look at Neugen, read it backwards, it also says Neugen. And so does O, the first round. Even though it's only one letter, technically, read it forwards and backwards, it's the same thing. And the next location that the contestants are going to be placed in is in a little town called Eleele on an island in Hawaii. So Eleele is also a palindrome, of course. So I personally think Eleele is a little bit more obvious with its palindromity. Like, you can look at that town name and say, okay, there's something funky going on here. This could be the theme. Whereas something like Neuquén, in my mind at least, sounds pretty natural, especially if you know how to speak Spanish. You won't necessarily notice that it's a palindrome. And that's cool because I kind of wanted the theme to only really become apparent at round 2 and especially round 3 going forwards. For round 1, I deliberately picked a place that would mislead people by having it be a one-letter word, but still making people pay attention to the town name. And I know Jake wasn't the only player who took note of O being a single-letter place name. But yeah, the more I thought about this challenge while I was making it, the more I just really wanted the challenge link to have all the locations be in this very specific order. I don't know if you know this, but GeoGuessr will actually ban you from making new challenge links if you've made enough of them in a short span of time. I think I got banned like twice or thrice while trying to make this challenge link. It bans you for 24 hours, so it took a while to make this link, which I hope you can appreciate. You could say this challenge just wouldn't be the same if it was the other way around. Although the theme did not end up being as apparent in this round as I had perhaps foolishly anticipated, because the town name of Elele is actually not even in this location. You gotta figure it out by looking at the coastline and other stuff. So for everyone but Jake, who knew the theme, finding this location was actually kind of difficult just on its own. But somewhat miraculously, Peter just ended up finding the location almost on accident. Well, it was a qualified guess, but he was surprised himself when he got 5K.
Yeah, well, I hope it's this island. I mean, it said the island's name on that poster, so...
Cookie!
Record again? Yep, okay, yep.
Yes,
Right.
welcome. You stand before the Senate.
I looked at Norway before anything. That was an island. The thing in Argentina was also an island, and I do believe myself that Hawaii is an island. So I'm pretty sure.
You would be quite.
I guess that the theme is islands.
You're correct that you were always on an island. Unintentionally so, I might add. Because the theme is not islands. Even the one in Argentina was an island, and I didn't even see that before we started playing.
Yeah. Islands was my other guess after last round. I had 2 guesses, and that was the other one. I was like, I don't like this guess as much, but
No.
I definitely thought of it too, because I checked the Norway and it was an island. Yeah.
This is another island, but it's apparently not island themed.
You're
So.
right, got that out of the way last round.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see multiple people.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe something restaurant related.
Sorry, it's not the theme.
Okay.
I could tell that you're grasping a little bit.
Yeah.
So we were now at the end of round 3. Jake had guessed the theme, and for him it was just a question of finding the palindrome towns, while for Peter and Cookie it was still a fight for second place when it came to guessing the theme. Both of them still had yet to pick up on the naming scheme of these towns, and perhaps even worse, for some reason unbeknownst to me, they were exclusively making guesses that weren't on my bingo board. Fourth location that they were placed was in Nigeria, in a tiny little town called Ibi, but next to a big old river, and with lots of election posters that told them what state they were in, as well as a couple of goats. I will say though that for this location I did stray away from my rule of only using diegetic clues, because the best clue for sure that you're in Nigeria right now is in fact that you've got a police follower car.
2 police cars and a Google car. Okay. We are grateful. Okay.
And Jake has already found the location, so knowing the theme clearly really gives you a big advantage. But what could it be? Nothing really comes to mind.
Where are we? EP. Oh my god.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hello.
I'm clueless.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. You gotta intimidate Cookie. Okay, well, we will have a 4th guessing round.
Oh gosh, I don't
Back
really...
in the hot chair.
Yeah, I don't really have a good guess, to be honest. I mean, I've noticed all of these locations have water nearby, but is that... I don't know. That's my best guess.
Well, we were close to a river in Hawaii. We were close to a river in Norway. We were close to a river in Argentina, and again we are at a river. So if it's not rivers, then I don't know what it is. So I believe the theme is rivers.
None of you have guessed the theme. So, at this point, we've got a winner, but we still do need to figure out a second place. Still got to keep this interesting. So, what we're going to do now is, I'm figuring me and Jake will, I guess, take it in turns or something to give you 2 hints until one of you can tell me what the theme is. So at this point, you could just start spitting out guess after guess after guess. There's no limit. The first person to say the theme wins. So I will start by saying the theme does not have anything to do with what was in the photospheres. Rather, the theme has something to do with the towns you were in. And you know what we could do? Change of plans. We'll make it like a 20 questions for the professor type of thing. Cookie and Peter.
I figured it out.
Oh! Well, okay, forget about it.
Okay, place name the trees the same in both directions.
And you are absolutely right.
Nicely done.
That is the theme. Yes. So Jake came in here and said, all the place names are palindromes. You don't have to say that. I'll take that guess. That is absolutely correct. And Cookie, well fought.
Okay, so Peter did end up being the second person to guess the theme, with only one hint. The last location, as I said, was going to be really hard if you didn't know the theme, because all you really knew was that you were probably on Greenland, and then of course you're in a palindrome town. So the thing about Greenland is there's just about too many towns to search, but you could pretty easily scan through all of them by just going up the west coast here. And eventually you'll find Ganak, which is exactly where I put them. And just to rub it in, I guess, I placed them right next to a stream, just like Cookie said. Technically he got it right, like that was actually a theme in the map. You're always by a river. Well anyways, as the players were playing this final round, I had a couple thoughts about the balancing of this game I'd made.
I always knew it was a possibility that we would get to the end of round 4 and the theme would still be unclear. I'm happy one person got it though. That means, I feel like that means I hit like a reasonable level of difficulty. I don't know. Do realize you know the theme and it's going to be a lot more obvious when you know it. That's one of the things that makes it really hard to come up with these maps and create them and balance them correctly. Because it seems so obvious to me, I feel like I'm having to, you know, really obscure it. But really, when you're looking at these locations filled with stuff and town names and stuff on the map, pinned and named and labeled, you really have no chance to know, and you just got to think of everything, try and keep it all in your head. It's hard. It's hard, and I think I got to remember that when I design these.
Yeah, I really want to recognize just how obvious a theme can seem in hindsight, but I think it's just really interesting to see the different directions that people went. I think some went in with preconceived notions of what the theme might be able to be, while others just came in with a blank slate. So whether they ended up finding the theme surprisingly early, or struggling through all the way till the end, I really want to thank Jake, Cookie, and Peter for sticking through and joining me in this little game show of mine. Alright, I think I'll pass the mic to the four of us from the past, because the game was about over, and I think it gone pretty well.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you all find the location?
I did.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little final round to put a bow on this whole experiment, I guess. I hope you enjoyed playing along. I hope you enjoyed the theme.
Oh, it was super fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great theme.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, you all did super well. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thanks
Thanks
for
so much
organizing
for having
this.
us.
It went just about as well as I could have hoped. And what more could you hope for? I'll be recording some more video to go along with this, as well as sharing some of the clips from the other people's video. Their experience is the authentic one. So go watch your favorite YouTuber, or if you're feeling lucky, I put the links to all their videos in my description, but I didn't label them. So click a random one and just watch the entirety of whatever video you end up on. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. And bye-bye.